There were many times, especially after losing an important qualifier, as a player and as an owner, where you will be thinking, like, what am I doing? And you keep asking yourself if you should do this, you know? Sometimes you will cry, sometimes you will laugh. Hard work and determination always ends up paying off.
The Red Hot Rookies will knock off the reigning champs en route to a spring showdown in Rotterdam.
Back in 2013, you know, when LCS was about to start, if I look back and I try to remember how I was, both in-game and outside the game, I think it was very similar, you know? I was extremely aggressive, also with my approach to life. I just didn't care if I had emotions to show, I just showed them, you know?
It was very clear the community didn't like the Ocelot brand at a point because he was very outspoken. He was basically, I'm the best. You can either love me for that or you can hate me for it.
You know, there's no people that is like, Ocelot, eh. There's no one like that, you know? And I guess that's fine. When I created G2, I was still a player, and I thought, you know, I was, you know, my ego, I guess, my pride, I wanted to show everyone that I could do 50-50, owner and player.
It was very clear very quickly that first of all, you can't both run an organization and play at the same time. You will never be able to keep a high enough level.
At some point, you just gotta realize that if you wanna make a bigger play and more impact, you need to be a team player. You need to build a group of people that is better than you, and you need to make them believe in your idea, inspire them, and create something meaningful. Once I started understanding naturally that the bigger play, the team play, was the better play in the long run, I felt free, you know? I was no longer what people expected me to be. I was now what I wanted to be myself. And I knew I could make a very big play. When we qualified for LCS and we made several changes to the team, it comes back to the ambition, you know. Oh, we qualified for LCS. We did it, boys. No, you did nothing, you know. You want to win the LCS. So, what you do next step is you are not content with the status quo. We come back to the same thing, and you go for the very best lineup you can get. You invest the money, you invest the resources, the time. You put scouts in place, you get to meet the boys, you make 20 interviews per player, and then you pick them. And that's what we did. We always need a bit of a contrast in a team. If everyone is Kobe Bryant, if everyone is Perks, not very good. You need contrast, you need the workaholic, you need the guy, the talented guy, you need the consistent, like the backbone, like Kikis. You need the mechanical, skill-wise player, like hybrid. You need the rock, you know, that is always fed every single game, trick. You always need these different sleeves, so to say, to create a great team. So when I was in Rotterdam with the G2 core team, you can imagine, you know, we are playing the grand final against Origin. And I was nervous because I don't play. I was nervous the whole day. I couldn't sleep well. And then we come into the day and see the guys perform so well. You know, I was yelling like schoolgirl, basically. I felt happier than when I qualified for LCS myself, or when I won any tournament or whatever. You know, you see the faces of the players. You see that the work is paying off. We as a club sort of create this, you know, this dynamic of good energy. We lose, we learn. We win, we stay humble, and we keep winning. Integrity and determination leads you to success. And now everyone in G2 understands this after watching the guys in Rotterdam. Now everyone in G2 understands that hard work always pays off. Always.
In Champions Winter 2012.
Bit of a surprise pick there too at the time.
It was surprising, but very effective.
Interesting to see, he's also taking the fervor for battle, not even going for Warlord's Bloodlust.
Definitely thought he would go Warlord's Bloodlust.
And guess what that means, Monty? It means please a lane swap. You really don't want to enter lane, unless you go for a cheese level 2. If you get a very fast level 2, Twitch's level 2 is pretty powerful. But in an extended laning phase with no Warlord's Bloodlust, there's confidence and there's arrogance when it comes to Keystone Masteries. And this seems to teeter towards the side of arrogance.
A little bit.
I have to say, I'm also a bit surprised here. There's so many options for this Lissandra pick. Obviously, Azir does very well. The Azir just not picked this time. Still offering a lot of that poke and that pressure. So the Vel'Koz, something about this pick is something that Faker likes.
If you talk to pros around the scene, they saw Vel'Koz coming into the meta, but that was more as a counter pick for Azir. The Azir matchup was actually one that Vel'Koz famously did very capably and was safe, had good wave clear, had the ability to interrupt the Shreema shuffle, had so many different options. This is not necessarily a matchup that strikes fear in the opponent's mind, just because Lissandra should have all the options. You have to take cleanse to deal with the CC. Vel'Koz really struggles with gap closes, and there's plenty on the side of the Rocks Tigers.
Well, Frey having to play in that 2v2, getting some decent damage off onto Wolf early on. Whoa. Not a bad start for the Rocks Tigers bot lane.
It is the 2v2 matchup. Both of them hit level 2, so no big advantage. We'll see if Twitch can get to this laning matchup. It's about as good a matchup as you can hope for when you're not in Twitch.
Yep. Oh, Wolf nearly hitting him with the slow. So he's not really a rat in this one, he's a raccoon. So do we say like raccoon-a-boom or something? I don't know what to do. I think I'm just gonna call it spray and pray. How about you guys?
I'm definitely calling it spray.
I'm down for spray and pray.
We're agreed then, good.
I will never call it by that filthy new name.
Yeah. Same here.
Spray and pray
Fight
forever.
the power, man.
Standard lanes again, it's worth pointing out. Evident with all the trades. Going with standard lanes has been the Rocks' story, and some bravado about it with the Twitch pick. We saw it struggling in trades just earlier. Let's see if just the natural itemization advantage Twitch will get not opting into tier might help him out against the Ezreal.
Right.
Peanut time. I think we're going to see some aggression. This is the jungle matchup. We have to feel pretty empowered if you're Peanut.
Yeah, I mean, Faker obviously not a lot of mobility on that Vel'Koz. He's got his flash, that's about it. You see a good reason for him to take the cleanse.
Well, you have double teleport, both of them with instant cast CC, and you're the strongest dueling jungler in Kindred. This is the game to go Rambo as Peanut and show us why you earned that Battle Ward name.
Blank invading into the enemy jungle. Peanut and Blank, actually.
Well, you know, I really think that early Graves pick, as we see Blank wrapping around to the top side here. Have to be careful with Smeb. He can get denied the hook.
Peanut's also around.
Peanut coming up. Duke, though, jumps onto Smeb. Smeb trying to get to his jungler. Blank is there. Flashed. Cocoon.
Coming in.
They're going to turn around. Back onto Duke again. Teleport. Bringing Kuro into the fray. Duke has to flash out of it. And so, SK Telecom, they trade one flash for a flash and a teleport on the side of Rocks Tigers. So coming out a little bit ahead. And Faker getting some time alone in that lane. Not a bad thing either.
And it's extra bad, too, because Kuro would have really liked to probably use that first teleport to get back into lane to fight some of the poke damage that Faker's going to be putting down. He's out of potions right now, and he didn't really want to commit to a flash W. In pre-6, it was going to be hard, I think, to use that TP effectively.
Wow, Faker really hitting with the ease
Oh,
down. Kuro taking a lot of damage. Can he get out? Kuro sticking around, going for the kill. Flash Cocoon, Blank misses, but Faker able to make it out without using a summoner. Kuro had to use his flash. Another big win in the mid lane for SKT.
That is some extreme confidence from Faker.
No
mana. And he knows where Blank is and is going to be able to save him before he actually has to use any of his summoners at all right there, knowing Kuro's cooldowns were up.
Oh, no recall. Really?
We've talked about laners having their jungler as a summoner spell. Literally Blank flashed in, so it ended up being trading the jungler flash for the mid laner's flash. Now that Kuro has no summoners, it's still a good spot for Peanut. He once again has the advantage in dueling, and now Blank doesn't have the flash to get out, so the kill pressure's super high, but with no teleports up, again, it's probably the best that SKT has put up.
Nice quick W from Duke. Lets him slow down the engage from Smeb.
Smeb opting into this matchup.
Gets the...
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So you don't drop it.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Screaming will do you any good, but it's music to my ears. You fall apart. What to do with the pieces?
Minions have spawned.
Hey, what did I step in? They're planning something. I know it. Dip it in soon. In the sun for a while. Oh yes, that's perfect. Yes. From out of the sewers comes... all pipes lead to home. I can't even taste the air up here. It'll only hurt.
First blood.
No touching!
An ally has been slain.
Watch
An ally has been slain.
Have you met my fleet? They are the prey. Look what the pipes want. I demand a sandwich. Oh, yes, yes.